Good morning. I have a lesson for you today on adjectives. Everybody say adjectives. It's a weird spelling. It says adjectives, but we just say adjectives. Adjectives. This is a continuation of the lessons we've been doing on grammar. We learned about nouns. We learned all about nouns. We know about common nouns and proper nouns. And then we learned about pronouns. And yesterday with the verb to be, we started talking about verbs. And now I'm going to add a piece. We're going to be talking about adjectives. And oops, now I have to finish highlighting that. Adjectives. Boom. What are adjectives? Adjectives are words that tell us more information about nouns. We say they describe nouns. Here are some examples. So my noun here is car, right? Car. And there are lots of cars out there, but I want to talk about one particular car. I want to talk about the old car, right? So that's an adjective, old. Now I could say new car, expensive car, red car. Those are all adjectives. They're all words that can describe the noun car. Here's some more examples down here. The big dog, the tall men, the happy teacher, the smart students. All of these words right here are adjectives, and all of these words here are nouns. Now, we can also do this with the verb to be. We could say the big dog when we're talking about a big dog. We could say the big dog is mean, right? Or we could just use a sentence with the verb to be to describe the dog. We can say the dog is, right? Because it's an it, the dog is big. The men, this is plural, right? The men are tall. The teacher, she, right? Or he, is happy. The teacher is happy. And here we go. The students, that's you guys, the students are smart. Okay, so this is how we have adjectives describing nouns, right? So we just see a dog and then we tell more about it. We describe the dog. Big, men, tall, teacher, happy, students, smart. Okay, let's keep going. You're going to get this by the end. Okay, do you see this guy right here? This is yin and yang. That means opposites, right? Things that are opposite fit together. And we're going to be talking about opposite adjectives. Opposite adjectives. So a lot of times when you see this yin yang, it's black and white, and it's just opposite, like black and white are opposite. So we're going to look at some opposite adjectives I want you to learn. I want you to practice and know all of these adjectives. So the first one is tall. Tall. She is tall. She is tall. Short. She is short. And you see we have our pronoun and our verb to be and then our adjective. We have our pronoun and our agreeing verb to be and an adjective. Young. Young. He is young. He is old. Young, old. Do you see what I mean? Opposites? Opposites. Tall, short, young, old, opposite. Okay, so he is young, he is old. Heavy and thin. He is heavy. He is thin. He is heavy. He is thin. Now, heavy and thin are like the proper way to say this, right? The nice way. We can also, the other words we have are fat and skinny. But we don't think of these as nice words. They're kind of like, you can say them to your friends, but you wouldn't say them about somebody else. Like you wouldn't say, oh, that fat guy. You would say, oh, he's kind of heavy, right? So we say he is heavy and he is thin. Heavy and thin, opposites. New. Look, they're talking about the car. It is new. It is old. And remember, we had old can describe a person, but new cannot describe a person. New can only describe a thing, okay? So we can say it is new, it is old. Married. They are married. They are married. He is single. They are married. He is single. Handsome. He is handsome. And this is handsome, but we say handsome. He is handsome. He is ugly. Arr. He's ugly. That's not very nice either. We don't usually say, oh, he's ugly. We just say, he's not the most handsome. Okay. Beautiful. The other word we use here a lot is pretty. Beautiful or pretty. She is beautiful. I don't know. I don't like to say ugly. That seems mean to me. So I would say, I mean, yes, you can say she is ugly, but it would be nicer to say she is not pretty. That's nicer than she's ugly, right? She is not pretty. She is not. She has beautiful eyes. Her eyes are beautiful, right? Her eyes are beautiful. Big. Big dog, little dog. It is big. It is little. The other way we have to say big and little is large and small, right? And we can think about these things going together. Big and little go together. Large and small also go together. And you can think large and small like your clothes. Your clothes could be a size large or a size small, right? So that's how I remember which two go together. Like it's not large, little, big, small. It's big, little go together. Large, small go together, right? Same idea, but different collocation. It's like the words go together. Noisy. He is noisy. He's always like, that's like me. I am noisy. I am very noisy. When my family is sleeping, I am in the kitchen, pots and pans, doors, I'm very noisy. My family, my friends all say, I am noisy, right? But then I'm like him. I am noisy. He is noisy. I am noisy. She is quiet. Quiet. She is quiet. That's like my dog is noisy. My cat is quiet. Noisy, quiet. Quiet. This is almost, the pronunciation is funny here. It's like quiet. 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 Expensive. Expensive. Wow, look at this necklace. Ooh, it is expensive. And this one, it is cheap. And cheap is another word. Cheap isn't the nicest word. A better word is inexpensive. In means not, right? So when we say we take this word expensive and we add in, it means not expensive, inexpensive. So this one is expensive. This one is inexpensive. Rich. He is rich. He is poor. He is rich, Mr. Moneybags. He is poor, no money. But look, they are both happy. Okay, now here we're looking this student, this is a student. He is a student. He is taking a test and a math test. Ugh. And look, the problems on the math test, all of the problems. Look, he's happy because the problems are easy, easy, no problem. No problem, easy. Look at this guy, he's like, oh no, right? Difficult, the questions are difficult, difficult. We also say the word hard. It's really hard, the questions are hard. We can say English is easy, Spanish is hard. Joking. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the beginning and look at all the adjectives. We have tall, short, young, old, heavy, thin, new, old, married, single, handsome, ugly, beautiful, ugly, big, little or large, small, noisy, quiet, expensive, inexpensive or expensive, cheap, rich, poor, easy, difficult. All right, now we're going to practice a little bit with the grammar. Remember, we know our verbs are I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you are, they are, right? And this side is singular and this side is plural. Okay. We've been talking a little bit about how to make questions in English, and I just want to go back and show you this. So here's an affirmative statement. An affirmative statement means true, right? We say he is rich. He is rich. But in English, we can't just change voice to make question. We can't say he is rich and make a question. That's incorrect. We can't say he is rich. No, we actually have to change the order of the verb. So here's the verb to be and the subject, right? The subject is the noun or pronoun that drives the verb, the noun or pronoun that the sentence is about. We have to change the order. We flip it back and forth. So instead of saying he is rich, question mark, we say is, and now we have to have a capital letter here because it's the first letter in the sentence. Is he rich? Is he rich? So we look at this guy and we go, oh, wow. Is he rich? And some will say, he is rich. Yeah. And we remember we did the same thing with our either or questions, right? But look at the order of the subject and the verb. The verb is first in a question, then comes the subject, then comes the adjectives. Is he rich? or poor? Is he rich or poor? He is poor. Let's see, can we make these questions? This one asks first for the statement, right? What would we say about these two? How could we use a sentence with a pronoun, the verb to be, and an adjective for these two? Well, we would say they are married, correct? They are married. And what would the question be? Well, now we have to change the order of the subject and the verb. And the question is, are they married? Are they married? Oh, look at them. Are they married? That's how we form a question. We could also say, we could look at this question. I could make another one here. I'll just make another one up here. I could make an affirmative that says they, no, forget it. I'm not going to do it. Too confusing. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Forget I did that. Okay, next one. Okay, look at him. What can we say about him? What can we say about him? We can say he, I can try to write something. Oh boy. Uh-oh, my pen is stuck. Okay, there we go. He is single. We could say lots of things about him. We could say he is handsome, he is tall, he is thin, right? Many things we could say about him. But what would the question now be? Remember, we have to change the order of the subject and the verb, and this gets a capital letter, so the question is he single? With a question mark. Is he single? We would say, yes, he is. Uh-oh, I wonder why that didn't, it's like it was on my last slide and it didn't, oh goodness, something happened with my slides, guys. Oh, now it's working. Okay, here we go. So the two kinds of questions we can ask about this woman right here. Remember, we have three kinds. We have information questions, but we're not using those right now. We have yes, no questions. We have yes, no questions, and we have either or questions, right? So in this one, it's a yes, no question. Is she tall? You can say yes or no. In this case, we would say yes, she is. Here, we're having an option. This is either or. Now you have to tell which one. Is she tall or short? If I say, is she tall or short? And you say, that doesn't help me. I need an answer. Is she tall or short? The answer is she is tall. Good. Okay, I think that's my last slide actually. So what I want you to start doing is describing things when you see them. When you're out and around, if you can think of the adjective, like when you pass, if you're driving and you pass the Tulalip outlet, you can say, wow, that mall, you can talk about the shopping center or the mall, it is big. It is big, or it is expensive. You could be eating your food. You could say, oh, it is hot. It is hot, right? Or when you see an old man, you could say, oh, he is old, right? Just practice all the time and maybe practice asking questions about people. I will give you some exercises where you have to make questions and answers using adjectives, okay? So that was my lesson on adjectives. I hope you enjoyed it.